I just got back from a quick vacation before the end of summer, and I find a fan art on the Tales of Atonement Discord server that I hadn't gotten a chance to go over. Rising Phoenix says, Martin's crush on Madeline and his rivalry with his brother Shane reminded me of boyfriend's relationship with girlfriend and his rivalry with Pico. You might not realize it, but you've actually given me something great here. This is from Friday Night Funkin', right? I've played this, and even though I'm not that great at rhythm games, if how difficult the kata and kujigiri sections of Assassin's Creed Shadows was any indication, but I love this for a lot of reasons. The traditional art mimicking a digital style really worked well to translate the Tales of Atonement characters into a vibe that's giving, like, potential mod ability? I need some really good songs first. Hey, you there watching? If you're good at making that sort of beep boop music, get on Discord and let me know. It could be fun. For anyone not familiar with Friday Night Funkin', it's a horny little rhythm game coming out of Newgrounds lore. That's the Pico they mentioned, that Newgrounds mascot that slings Uzis and talks smack. And Boyfriend is, well, Boyfriend. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have a name, and then it's just Girlfriend. The characters are really super simple. It's classic millennial brain rot from the era of Adobe Flash games. Homestar Runner, Colin Mockery was a meme, and damn near everything was racist, violent, homophobic, misogynistic, and ludicrous. Simpler times, the internet's history, but the culture that developed in these spaces did in fact lead to darker places like 4chan and birth dark symbols the internet won't even whisper about and honestly deserve to be forgotten. Tales of Atonement lore came out of that internet culture as well. If you were between the ages of 30 and 20, you might have experienced VR roleplay taverns in places like VRChat. In the 90s, there were chat rooms that served the same purpose, and our story comes from characters that were developed within those chat servers, like Lycos's The Mystic Tavern, and AT&T.net's The City of Atone RPG, and various multi-user dungeons like Dragon Realms, Viva la Elfania. Newgrounds, for what it's worth, has withstood a pretty good chunk of internet changes. The abandonment of Adobe Flash could have killed the platform entirely, but they evolved and continued as a sort of internet dive bar that is hella fun, but probably only experienced best in small doses. But wow, was 1999 to 2001 internet great or what? This scene with Madeline sitting up on the speaker and Shane with his stick, I suppose instead of Pico's Uzi? Very nice touch. It's actually a neat coincidence and a bit of incidental foreshadowing to the rest of episode 6 that's going to be coming up soon. If we just replaced the speakers with rocks and gave Martin a bigger stick instead of a microphone. A sword-fighting rhythm game? Something like Friday Night Funkin' meets Crypt of the Necrodancer. I could listen to Disco Descent on repeat all day. And that shopkeeper will be right at home singing the way Boyfriend does. Now let me give you a little bit of fun trivia about this game. So as I said, Boyfriend's name really is just Boyfriend. Sometimes the fan community will give him a name such as Benjamin, Cam, Keith, and that one really pisses off the game's creator, Ninja Muffin, Evan, Louie, and Jack, with Jack being the only name not deconfirmed by the creator at this time. Wow, I hope his name isn't actually Jack. But that's not all. See, in the story of Friday Night Funkin', Pico isn't a romantic rival to Boyfriend. Technically, he's a romantic rival to Girlfriend. According to the game's creator, Pico was hired by Girlfriend's father to blam Boyfriend after Daddy Dearest lost a rap battle with Boyfriend. However, Pico decides to spare Boyfriend because of their shared past and challenges him to a song battle instead. At first, it was jokingly implied that the past relationship between them was a romantic one, and that was later then confirmed to be canon to the Friday Night Funkin' universe. Not necessarily Newgrounds canon, except for a point-and-click Flash game released by Pico's creator and the Newgrounds CEO, Tom Fulton. This game is called Pico's School Love Conquers All, and features a cameo of Boyfriend as Pico's romantic partner, though it should be noted that this was also released as part of an April Fool's Day joke, and as an alternate universe to the other Pico school entries. But here's some more Pico lore that actually makes me glad Shane is the one depicted in Pico's spot. It's something we haven't had a whole lot of chance to address in our story, and that's that Pico is left-handed. Well, technically he's ambidextrous, because in some entries of the series, Pico is seen using his right hand to hold weapons. However, just like with Shane, and with Andrew, Pico was created back in 1999, and during those times there was still a strong lingering bias around left-handedness, and so in order to adapt and avoid discrimination, many left-handed people were forced to train themselves in using their right hand, either by discriminatory teaching practices or through self-taught efforts. Historically, left-handedness was associated with awkwardness, clumsiness, or even evil. Shane's left-handedness was originally an intentional choice to make him a total mirror to Martin. Earlier renditions of Shane had him as a self-important and even cowardly misogynist, traits that were a counter to the classical hero archetype that Martin was made for. But using left-handedness as an indicator of disheroic traits seemed way too reductive, especially since one of our authors is left-handed and actually experienced left-handed discrimination in school. Left-handedness is where we get the term sinister. No, seriously. And pictures of Judas Iscariot show him reaching with his left hand. In Hindu, the Vamchara refers to the left-hand path, which is a tantric practice that emphasizes breaking social and religious taboos. This isn't always associated with evil, but when appropriated by a Christian lens, it becomes thus. Because of this, people who were naturally born left-handed were often branded as tainted, or had a stronger likelihood of being evil. In extreme cases, left-handedness was enough to get someone accused of witchcraft, which, as we know during the 1400s and the 1600s, was a doomed fate. It wasn't until the 1920s that left-handedness started seeing less stigma as our understanding of left-handedness increased. This inevitably caused what seemed like a sudden explosion in the population of left-handed people. And yes, it did cause a social uproar from religious conservatives that saw the dangerous rise of left-handedness as a sign that evil was seeping into the world and causing a societal decay. During the 80s and 90s, many fictional characters were created, some of them with the explicit purpose of representing left-handedness. Notable examples include Ned Flanders, Moe Szyslak, Bart Simpson, Mr. Burns, and Marge Simpson. This is likely because The Simpsons creator, Matt Groening, is himself left-handed. Groening even said that he exaggerated the frequency of left-handedness in Springfield purposely to incorporate this trait into his stories. Approximately 10% of the world's population is left-handed. Between parent to child, in the case of Marge to Bart, there's a 25% chance of a child being left-handed if only one of the parents is. That's about the same likelihood as having blue eyes, which Shane also has. Chucky Finster is also a known lefty. Stated in the episode, Chucky's a lefty, which becomes a focal point of the episode. Did you guys also know that Link from The Legend of Zelda is also left-handed? So is Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, Arnold from Hey Arnold, Jerry from Tom and Jerry, Doug Funny from Doug, Tiana from Princess and the Frog, Chrono, Mega Man, Eikichi Goro from Persona 5, Sans Undertale, and Johnny Silverhand. Wake the fuck up, samurai. And Sephiroth. No doubt the fame and even infamy of these characters has helped us see left-handedness as just another part of life, another way humans are born. Something that, like neurodivergence, sexual orientation, gender nonconformity, doesn't label a person as evil. These days, Pico is known for his violent temper and his standoffish attitude, but at his introduction, he was forced at only 13 years old to save his school from a group of active shooters. This was a seriously hot-button topic at the time, and an infamous school massacre took place on April 20th in 1999 in the state of Colorado. Pico's school was made as a response to this event that had only taken place 3 months prior. Fulp, Pico and Newgrounds' creator, said that he made the game after multiple angry emails blaming sites like Newgrounds for promoting real-world violence. Sort of like how Collective Shout is going after games, websites, and other forms of media in the name of protecting children. I won't get into that right now, though. It's just not where I want to go. I was genuinely surprised with the level of detail in shading for the Friday Night Funkin' art style. Honestly, sometimes I look at older shows like The Simpsons and newer shows like Gravity Falls and wonder how they really got away with such little design depth and still create these great and compelling characters. Sometimes I wonder if I'm overdoing it. And at times I'm like, well, plan this shit. Rock out.
3, 2, 1, go!
Now's the time where I push the Patreon page. Patreon is the best place for you to support us directly. There are a lot of available extras that keep you entertained, including extra chapters of Monomyth and some hints to future projects as well. Right now, indie artists like us need all the support we can get, and everything you give helps keep this story and this channel alive. Ultimately, it's up to every one of you that shows up each week to watch our videos, and I really can't thank you enough. For those of you who've joined us on Patreon, I'd like to give a shout out to Emily Mastronardi, Heinrich28, Pammy Poo, JC Moreland, Shadow Fox, Charles Tam, Arya Gabari, and Lunder Lumen. Also a big shout out to our channel members, Chain Furry. You can become a channel member and get access to my weekly content before anyone else. Many a Meko Maxamuckle. That means many small things make a big thing.